Hey everybody, Paul James Caden here with the Spirits channel, and you may notice I reverted back to the Spirits channel. When it comes to YouTube and the names for channels, I tend to have this, and I guess it comes from being a writer, particularly a lot of creative poetry and short stories. I'm always thinking like, yeah, this would be a cool title because this would reflect that and this would reflect the other thing. And I tend to be kind of like the mad poet with that, getting caught up in my creative imaginations. But I'm also a big proponent of sometimes the first and original idea is the best idea. And I realize as far as kind of name and kind of mood of the channel, there was none better than the Spirits channel. So I just said, F it. I'm going to take it back to its original form and keep it there with no more playing around. But anyway, I'm out in the backyard. It's snow on the ground. It's a little bit breezy. There might be a little wind in the mic, but that's okay because that really kind of helps with the EVPs when I'm outside. I've found in the past. It's going to be in about 45 today, so it's about 37 right now. Much more tolerable to be outside. And I figured I'd come out here on the back porch and do a quick session. And what I wanted to do here is, I'm sure many of you know Steve Huff Paranormal here on YouTube, and he's done a series of spirit box sessions talking about the year 2030, and he seems to get a lot of feedback, saying that 2030 is the end. Bad things are going to happen in 2030. And he's not the first person to say that. I've heard a lot of people talk about 2030 and 2035, even scientists and environmentalists who say it's looking by around that time some very, very bad things could be happening on planet Earth. And the way things are going with a lot of these storms and anomalies in outer space, the way people are acting, it seems like the world is just going absolutely bonkers out there. I kind of wonder, can we sustain another 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, 5 years at the rate we're going as a species? It seems like we're so degenerated emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, and it just doesn't feel good right now, the energy of the world. And it's important that we try to maintain our personal peace and serenity. But anyway, I wanted to come out in the backyard with the GhostTube Vox and just see if we could make contact with any spirits out here today and see what they have to say about the year 2030. So let's begin by saying the prayer of protection. I now ask Divine Source for my protection and well-being during this session. I ask that a healing and protective golden light surround me and fill this area where I am conducting this session. I ask for wisdom and guidance, and that this spirit session be only for my highest good, and all that is done here is done only in love, light, and peace. I now ask my spirit guides and angels to please draw close to me. Please draw near for this session and aid me in making contact with those spirits who will be helpful for this conversation and topic. And as always, I thank you for your help and assistance during spirit contact sessions. And so it is. So let's turn on the Vox and see what comes through. I'm going to put a little volume on this. I don't know how low the volume is. Yeah, we're looking good there. And let's turn on the sound and see who comes through. Are there any spirits out here today who would like to who would like to communicate with me through this device?
Like,
Everybody's in. So what?
Sounded like you said everybody's in. How many of you are here right now? How many spirits are around me?
things for when somebody any
Could you tell me how many spirits are with me right now during this session?
morning.
Good morning to you as well. I think I heard a good morning.
Shadow. Party.
I wanted to ask the spirits about the year 2030. It seems that Steve Huff and a lot of other people are saying between 2030 and 2035 it could be the end or near the end. Very bad things happening on Earth. What do you all have to say about that? Is 2030, 2035 the end? Is it World War III? Please give me your insight on this if you can.
Did you?
I'm gonna move the camera ahead just a little bit and go in and get my sunglasses. The sun is very bright on the snow. So spirits, please continue to speak. Anything you can tell us about 2030, 2035.
How?
Sorry about that, folks. That was absolutely brutal on my eyes. And I didn't want to stop the camera because you can't really pause the camera when you're on the GhostTube Vox. But spirits, we were talking about 2030, 2035. It seems there's a lot of tension in the world, and the United States is making a lot of enemies, even isolating our allies. Is there going to be a world war in the future? Will World War III start by 2030?
Music. Oh.
I thought I heard somebody say they're going to shoot him, if I heard that right. hate to say this, but is there going to be an attempt on the president's life between now and 2030? Or I should say between now and 2029.
Really quick.
Is the United States doing more harm on the world stage than good right now? And is this setting up for greater problems in the very near future?
Share.
Name things for. Jules, who had.
How many years do we have left before something major happens on planet Earth? Whether that's through climate,
Holmes.
war, something hitting us from outer space.
Can she be?
Spirits seem to be a little quiet right now. Is this a subject you're reluctant to talk about?
For like.
When the spirits
About what?
tell Steve Huff there's going to be a lot of death, damage, and destruction by the year 2030, are they telling him the truth?
Gain more.
Did you say be warned?
Yes.
That sounded like a yes.
Turned on the off.
Idea what it happened.
So we are obviously going creeping up on possibly the end if we can't turn this around. And despite what some people believe, I feel that everything that's happening and will happen is the choice of men, not the wrath of God. He gave us free will, free choice. And this is what some people are choosing to do with their free choice. Am I right about that?
Hey. Yeah.
Are there some souls that are going to spend a very long time in the darkness when they leave this world because of what they're doing? With their greed and their war and their arrogance, their killing. especially these politicians and billionaires, these world leaders they call themselves, are a lot of these people going to be in the outer darkness for a very long time when they leave this world?
Baby.
I feel like there are some people in positions of power that are going to be in for a very unpleasant surprise.
Seriously.
When they take their last
About
breath
what?
in this world.
Individuals who
People.
I feel it will be particularly unpleasant for those who cause these destructive events to happen on
Everyone-
planet Earth.
Interesting.
Are there any final words or
Sid.
insights you could share with us about 2030 or 2035?
Slide.
Very good.
Anything at all the spirits could share with us would be greatly appreciated.
Sono de filar con que...
Well, dear spirit friends, I thank you for your words and your comments, if you left any. I very much appreciate it. I thank all of you at home for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in and watching the Spirits channel. Watching my little ITC experiments. So God bless you all. Try to make the future a better and brighter one for yourselves and all of us. And I will see you all in the next session. God bless.
Open.